Of all possessions, a friend is the most precious. How much better a thing it is to be envied than to be pitied. Of all men's miseries, the bitterest is this: to know so much and to have control over nothing. In peace, sons bury their fathers. In war, fathers bury their sons. If a man insisted always on being serious and never allowed himself a bit of fun and relaxation, he would go mad or become unstable without knowing it. Circumstances rule men. Men do not rule circumstances. It is better by noble boldness to run the risk of being subject to half the evils we anticipate than to remain in cowardly listlessness for fear of what might happen. He is the best man who, when making his plans, fears and reflects on everything that can happen to him, but in the moment of action is bold. Force has no place where there is need of skill. Knowledge may give weight, but accomplishments give luster, and many more people see than weigh. Men trust their ears less than their eyes. There is nothing more foolish, nothing more given to outrage than a useless mob. A man calumniated is doubly injured, first by him who utters the calumny, and then by him who believes it. Do you see how the god always hurls his bolts at the greatest houses and the tallest trees? For he is wont to thwart whatever is greater than the rest. Very few things happen at the right time, and the rest do not happen at all. The conscientious historian will correct these defects. God does not suffer presumption in anyone but himself. The gods love to punish whatever is greater than the rest. When a woman removes her garment, she also removes the respect that is hers. But I like not these great success of yours, for I know how jealous are the gods. Remember that with her clothes a woman puts off her modesty. In soft regions are born soft men. The man who has planned badly, if fortune is on his side, may have had a stroke of luck, but his plan was a bad one nonetheless. Illness strikes men when they are exposed to change. The saddest aspect of life is that there is no one on earth whose happiness is such that he won't sometimes wish he were dead rather than alive. If anyone, no matter who, were given the opportunity of choosing from amongst all the nations in the world the set of beliefs which he thought best, he would inevitably, after careful considerations of their relative merits, choose that of his own country. Everyone without exception believes his own native customs and the religion he was brought up in to be the best. Some men give up their designs when they have almost reached the goal, while others, on the contrary, obtain a victory by exerting at the last moment more vigorous efforts than ever before. The most hateful grief of all human griefs is this: to have knowledge of the truth but no power over the event. Of all men's miseries, the bitterest is this: to know so much and to have control over nothing. But this I know: if all mankind were to take their troubles to market with the idea of exchanging them, anyone seeing what his neighbor's troubles were like would be glad to go home with his own. Happiness is not fame or riches or heroic virtues, but a state that will inspire posterity to think in reflecting upon our life, that it was the life they would wish to live. The longer the span of someone's existence, the more certain he is to see and suffer much that he would rather have been spared. Human prosperity never abides long in the same place. A real friend exults in his friend's happiness, rejoices in all his joys, and is ready to afford him the best advice. The ear is a less trustworthy witness than the eye. Dreams in general take their rise from those incidents which have most occupied the thoughts during the day. Now, if a man thus favored died as he has lived, he will be just the one you are looking for, the only sort of person who deserves to be called happy. But mark this: until he is dead, keep the word happy in reserve. Till then, he is not happy, but only lucky. As the old saw says well, every end does not appear together with its beginning. It's impossible for someone who is human to have all good things together, just as there is no single country able to provide all good things for itself. In peace, children enter their parents. War violates the order of nature and causes parents to enter their children. Envy is so natural to humankind that it cannot but arise. It is a law of nature that faint-hearted men should be the fruit of luxurious countries, for we never find that the same soil produces delicacies and heroes. Good masters generally have bad slaves, and bad slaves have good masters. It is clear that not in one thing alone, but in many ways, equality and freedom of speech are a good thing. Happiness is not fame or riches or heroic virtues, but a state that will inspire posterity to think in reflecting upon our life, that it was the life they would wish to live. Now it happened that this Candaules was in love with his own wife, and not only so, but thought her the fairest woman in the whole world. This fancy had strange consequences.